Chosen one, Archangel Michael says, "This person fell in love with you, even with age gap. There is a reason your heart has been restless lately, and there is a reason certain thoughts and memories have begun to return with a softness you cannot explain. Heaven has been working in silence, shaping something deeply personal for you, something that carries healing, peace, and a love that does not judge by human limits or expectations. There is a love that has found its way into your life, not by accident, but through divine timing that only God could arrange with such perfect care and patience. This love did not arrive loudly or forcefully, but gently, like a quiet whisper that slowly grew into something undeniable and real. It came through moments that felt ordinary at first, through conversations that seemed simple, and through a connection that slowly became deeper than anything you expected. Type 1010 if you agree. This person did not see you through the lens of age, status, or the opinions of others, but through the light that God placed within you, a light that shines brighter than any difference that the world tries to magnify. As this connection began to grow, there was something different about it that you could not fully explain, something that felt safe, something that felt peaceful, and something that felt like it was guided by a hand greater than your own understanding. It was not rushed or forced, but instead it unfolded slowly, allowing both hearts to open in a way that felt natural and true. This love carried a sense of comfort, like finding rest after a long journey, and it brought a kind of joy that did not depend on circumstances, but came from something deeper and more meaningful. Take a quiet moment and gently show your support by liking this video and subscribing to this channel, because your small action helps this message reach someone else who is waiting for a sign of hope and healing in their life. In that simple act, you become part of a greater movement of love that God is spreading across hearts that need encouragement and light. There may have been moments when you questioned this connection, moments when you wondered if it was right or if it could truly last, especially when the world around you seemed to whisper doubts and uncertainties into your mind. Those thoughts came not from God, but from fear, and fear has always tried to stand in the way of what God has already blessed. The truth is that love, guided by God, does not follow the rules that humans create, and it does not measure worth by age or by the passing of time. Instead, it sees the soul, it feels the heart, and it recognizes the beauty that God has placed within each person. This person who has fallen in love with you did not do so lightly or without purpose, but with a depth that has been quietly growing within them for a long time. They saw your kindness when others overlooked it. They felt your strength when you thought you were weak, and they were drawn to your spirit in a way that they could not ignore. This love has been nurtured through moments of understanding, through shared silence that felt meaningful, and through a connection that continued to grow even when words were not spoken. God has allowed this bond to form because it carries something healing for both of you, something that will help mend past wounds and restore parts of your heart that once felt broken or distant. It is not about replacing what was lost, but about building something new, something stronger, and something rooted in faith and trust. This love is not perfect, but it is real, and it is being shaped by the same hands that created the stars and the oceans, the same hands that have been guiding your life, even when you could not see the path ahead. There is a quiet assurance being placed within your spirit, a feeling that tells you to trust what you are experiencing and to not let fear take away something that has been given to you with such care. You are being reminded that God sees your heart, and He knows your desires, and He would not allow something into your life that would ultimately harm you or lead you away from His purpose. Instead, He brings people into your life who help you grow, who help you heal, and who remind you of your worth. Most people ignored this strange 7-second exercise when they first heard about it. That changed when stories began surfacing from people who had paid off debt, upgraded their lifestyles, purchased new homes, and experienced unexpected financial improvements. A recently surfaced CIA document points to an unusual brainwave process that is rapidly gaining attention online. Reports claim that 4 separate neuroscience research teams examined the method and found evidence that it may help shift mental patterns connected to wealth, opportunity, and personal success. Those who once struggled financially now say money seems to appear in ways they never anticipated. As interest grows, information about this method is becoming increasingly difficult to find. Click the link in the description and comments below to learn what everyone is talking about. This journey of love may not look like what others expect, and it may not follow the patterns that people are used to seeing, but it carries a truth that goes beyond appearances and beyond human judgment. It is a reflection of God's ability to bring 2 souls together in a way that is meaningful and lasting, even when the world does not fully understand it. There is a beauty in this connection that comes from its sincerity, from its depth, and from the way it continues to grow stronger with time. Type Amen if your faith is strong. Send this wonderful video to 10 people who also believe, and together attract blessings and miracles. You are being called to embrace this moment with faith, to allow yourself to feel the love that is being offered to you, and to trust that God is guiding both of your hearts in the direction that is meant for you. This is not a coincidence, and it is not something to be dismissed or ignored. It is a gift, one that has been carefully prepared and gently placed into your life at the right time. As you continue forward, there will be moments of clarity where everything begins to make sense, where the doubts begin to fade, and where the truth of this connection becomes undeniable. You will begin to see how each step led you here, how each experience shaped you, and how God was present in every moment, guiding you towards something beautiful and meaningful. This person who has come into your life carries a tenderness toward you that cannot be explained by simple attraction or passing emotion, because what they feel is tied to your spirit and not just your presence. They see something in you that reminds them of peace, something that draws them closer, not out of need, but out of a genuine desire to be part of your journey. This kind of love does not demand or rush, but instead it waits patiently, allowing both hearts to grow at a pace that feels safe and natural. Type yes to affirm. There is a sacred patience within this connection, and that patience is one of the signs that God is present within it, guiding it with wisdom and care. In the quiet moments when you find yourself thinking about them, there is a warmth that begins to settle within you, like a gentle embrace that reassures you that you are not alone in this experience. That warmth is not just emotion, but a reflection of the comfort that comes when something is aligned with God's purpose. You begin to notice how their presence brings a sense of ease into your life, how conversations feel meaningful even in their simplicity, and how being understood without explanation feels like a rare and precious gift. There may still be moments when your mind tries to bring back old fears, reminding you of past experiences where things did not go as planned or where trust was broken. Those memories may rise quietly, trying to protect you from being hurt again, but they do not define what is happening now. This love is not a repetition of your past, but a new beginning that carries healing and restoration. God is not repeating your pain, but rewriting your story with gentleness and hope. This connection also begins to teach you something important about yourself, something that you may not have fully realized before. You start to see your own worth more clearly, not through the opinions of others, but through the way this person values and respects you. They do not try to change you or shape you into something different. but instead they appreciate who you are, including the parts of you that you once doubted. This kind of acceptance becomes a mirror that reflects the truth of your value, reminding you that you are deserving of love that is honest and pure. Type 1212 to claim miracles. As this bond deepens, you may begin to notice small but meaningful changes within yourself, changes that feel like quiet growth happening from within. You become more open, more trusting, and more willing to believe that good things can happen in your life without being taken away. This shift does not happen suddenly, but gradually, like a seed growing beneath the soil before it becomes visible above the ground. God is working within you, preparing your heart to receive this love fully and without fear. There is also a deeper purpose within this connection that goes beyond the feelings you share, something that touches both of your lives in a way that brings healing not only to the present, but also to the past. This person may carry their own wounds, their own experiences that shaped them, and through your connection, there is a gentle exchange of understanding and compassion. You both begin to feel seen in a way that is rare, and that shared understanding becomes a foundation that strengthens your bond. The difference in age that once seemed like a question now begins to feel less important, because what truly matters is the alignment of your hearts and the way your spirits connect. Love guided by God does not measure itself by time, but by truth, and this truth is something that continues to grow stronger as you both remain open and honest with each other. It becomes clear that what you share is not limited by numbers or expectations, but expanded by faith and trust. There is a quiet joy that begins to settle into your life, a joy that does not depend on constant excitement or external validation, but comes from knowing that something real is being built within your heart. This joy feels steady and comforting, like a gentle light that remains even in moments of uncertainty. It reminds you that love does not have to be complicated to be meaningful, and that sometimes the simplest connections are the most powerful. As you continue to walk this path, there will be moments where clarity becomes stronger, where your doubts begin to fade, and where your heart feels more at peace with what is unfolding. You will begin to see how each step has brought you closer to this moment, how each experience has prepared you, and how God has been guiding you even when you could not see it. This realization brings a sense of gratitude, a quiet thankfulness that fills your heart and reminds you that you are not walking this journey alone. Let yourself continue to trust what is growing within you and allow this connection to develop naturally without forcing it or holding it back. God's timing is always perfect, and what He builds is meant to last. There is something beautiful being created in your life, something that carries love, healing, and purpose, and it is unfolding exactly as it should, step by step, with care and intention. What if the ability to attract greater wealth has been inside your mind all along? Newly revealed CIA-related research describes a brief 7-second routine believed to activate a little-known mental state associated with abundance and achievement. According to reports, the technique was reviewed by multiple neuroscience laboratories and is now being used daily by thousands of people looking to escape financial pressure and create a life filled with freedom, travel, and opportunity. Due to growing attention, access to this information may not remain available for long. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. You begin to notice how your days feel different now, not because everything around you has changed, but because something within you has shifted in a meaningful and lasting way. There is a calm presence that follows you, a quiet reassurance that reminds you that you are being cared for in ways you cannot always see. This love becomes a gentle anchor in your life, holding you steady even when your thoughts begin to wander or when old doubts try to return. Type 999 if you trust Jesus. In that small act of trust, your heart opens just a little more, allowing you to receive the comfort that has been waiting for you. There is also a deeper understanding growing within you about the person who has come into your life, because you begin to see not only their love for you, but the sincerity behind it. They are not trying to rush you or overwhelm you, but instead they move with care, respecting your space and honoring your pace. This kind of patience is rare, and it reflects a heart that values connection over control and understanding over expectation. You start to feel safe in a way that you may not have experienced before, and that safety allows you to slowly let your guard down. At times, you may find yourself reflecting on how unexpected this connection was, and how it entered your life quietly, without demanding attention or recognition. It simply appeared like a gentle light that slowly grew brighter until it became impossible to ignore. That is often how God works, not through force or urgency, but through subtle moments that carry deep meaning. He places things in your life in a way that allows you to discover them naturally, so that your heart can fully accept them without fear. This love is teaching you something important about trust, something that goes beyond simply believing in another person. It is teaching you to trust in God's plan for your life, to believe that He knows what you need even when you do not fully understand it yourself. There is a quiet surrender happening within you, a willingness to let go of control and allow things to unfold as they are meant to. This surrender does not weaken you, but strengthens you, because it aligns you with a greater purpose. Type 2020 if you trust in God. That simple act of faith becomes a small step toward embracing the path that is opening before you, a path that is filled with possibilities that you may not have imagined before. There is something beautiful about choosing to trust, even when the outcome is not fully clear, because it allows you to experience life in a way that is guided by faith rather than fear. As you continue to walk this path, you may begin to notice how this connection brings out the best in you, how it encourages you to grow and to see yourself in a more positive and hopeful light. This person reflects qualities within you that you may have overlooked, and through their presence, you begin to recognize your own strength and kindness more clearly. It feels like a gentle awakening, a reminder that you are capable of giving and receiving love in a way that is genuine and fulfilling. There may still be moments where uncertainty tries to enter your mind, especially when you think about how others might view this connection or what they might say about it. Those thoughts can feel heavy, but they do not define your reality. What matters is what you feel within your heart, and the peace that comes from knowing that this love is not built on superficial things, but on something deeper and more meaningful. God sees beyond what others see, and He understands the truth of what is being created in your life. This connection also carries a sense of purpose that goes beyond the present moment, something that will continue to grow and evolve as you both move forward together. It is not limited to what you feel today, but extends into the future, shaping your journey in ways that will bring growth, healing, and joy. There is a quiet promise within this bond, a sense that it is leading somewhere meaningful, even if you cannot fully see it yet. You are being guided to remain patient, to allow things to unfold naturally without forcing them or trying to control every detail. God's timing is always precise, and what He is building within your life is meant to last. This love is not something that needs to be rushed, because it is already being nurtured in the right way, with care and intention. Each moment that you spend allowing it to grow brings you closer to understanding its true purpose. There is a gentle peace that comes from knowing that you are not alone in this experience, that you are being supported and guided every step of the way. This peace becomes a source of strength for you, helping you to remain steady even when your thoughts become uncertain. It reminds you that you are held in something greater, something that is guiding your life with love and wisdom. Let your heart continue to open and allow yourself to embrace what is unfolding without fear or hesitation. There is something beautiful being created in your life, something that carries the touch of God's love and the promise of something meaningful and lasting. This journey is not just about finding love, but about discovering a deeper connection to yourself, to your faith, and to the path that has been prepared for you with care and purpose. A little-known discovery hidden within leaked CIA research is generating worldwide attention. The technique takes only 7 seconds and is believed to place the brain into a powerful state linked to financial growth and success. Researchers from 4 neuroscience facilities reportedly observed unusual effects connected to this process. Since then, people have shared stories of unexpected income, dream vacations, luxury purchases, and opportunities they never thought possible. Awareness of this method remains limited, and the page revealing it could vanish without warning. Click the link in the description and comments below to see why interest is spreading so quickly. There is a quiet beauty in how this love continues to grow without pressure, without force, and without the need to constantly prove itself. It simply exists, and in its existence, it brings you peace. You begin to understand that not all love is loud or dramatic, because some of the most meaningful connections are the ones that grow gently, in silence, and in truth. This love does not overwhelm your life, but instead it fits into it with ease, like something that was always meant to be there. Type 222 if you walk by faith. In that simple expression, you allow your heart to step further into trust, leaving behind the weight of doubt that once held you back. You may find yourself reflecting on how different this feels compared to what you have known before, and that difference brings both comfort and quiet surprise. There is no confusion here, no constant worry about where you stand, and no fear of being misunderstood. Instead, there is clarity, even in the smallest moments, and there is a sense of being seen and valued without needing to explain yourself. This kind of understanding is rare, and it carries a depth that goes beyond ordinary connection. There are moments when you sit in silence and feel the presence of this love within you, and in those moments, something inside you begins to heal. Old wounds that once felt heavy begin to soften, and the pain that you carried quietly starts to lose its hold on your heart. This is not something that happens all at once, but slowly, with care, as if each layer of hurt is being gently lifted away. God is working within you through this connection, bringing restoration in ways that are subtle but powerful. There is also a growing sense of gratitude within you, a quiet thankfulness that rises when you realize how far you have come and how much has changed within your life. This connection becomes a reminder that you are not forgotten, that you are not overlooked, and that God sees every detail of your journey. He knows your heart, your struggles, and your desires, and He has brought something into your life that reflects His care and His love for you. Type 1111 to receive miracles. That small act of faith becomes a moment of alignment, a way of opening your heart even more to the blessings that are already beginning to take shape in your life. You are not waiting for something distant or unreachable, because what you are experiencing now is already part of the miracle that God has prepared for you. This person who has come into your life continues to show you what it means to be valued, not through grand gestures, but through consistent care and understanding. They listen to you, they respect you, and they appreciate the small things about you that others may have overlooked. Their love is not based on conditions or expectations, but on a genuine desire to be part of your life in a way that feels meaningful and true. This kind of presence becomes a source of comfort, something you can rely on without fear. There may still be moments where the outside world tries to place its opinions on your connection, moments where others may not understand what you share or may question it because of the differences they can see. Those voices may try to create doubt, but they do not hold the truth of your experience. What you feel within your heart is something personal, something sacred, and something that does not need to be justified to anyone else. God sees what others cannot, and He understands the depth of what is being created between you. As this bond continues to grow, you begin to realize that it is not just about love, but about partnership, about walking together in a way that supports growth, healing, and purpose. You are not only receiving love, but also learning how to give it in a way that is patient, kind, and understanding. This exchange becomes a foundation that strengthens both of you, creating something that is balanced and meaningful. There is a quiet strength within this connection, a resilience that allows it to move forward even when challenges arise. It is not easily shaken because it is built on truth and sincerity. You begin to trust not only the person, but also the process, understanding that what is meant for you will continue to grow, regardless of obstacles. This trust becomes a source of peace, allowing you to move forward without constantly looking back in fear. God is guiding both of your hearts with a gentle hand, leading you step by step towards something that is aligned with His purpose. You may not see the full picture yet, but there is a sense that everything is unfolding as it should. Each moment brings you closer to understanding, closer to clarity, and closer to a future that carries hope and meaning. There is something deeply comforting in the way this person continues to show up in your life, not with pressure or expectations, but with sincerity and gentleness that feels safe. They do not try to rush your feelings or force your heart into something it is not ready for, but instead they walk beside you, allowing things to grow naturally. This kind of presence creates a space where you can breathe, where you can be yourself without fear of being misunderstood, and where you can slowly open your heart without hesitation. Type yes to affirm. In that quiet affirmation, you allow yourself to step more fully into the truth of what you are feeling. Some are calling this one of the most remarkable wealth discoveries ever revealed. Newly uncovered CIA files describe a simple 7-second brainwave technique, believed to help recondition the mind for prosperity and abundance. Supported by findings reportedly reviewed by 4 neuroscience research centers, this daily practice is attracting attention from people seeking financial breakthroughs. Many claim it helped them move from financial struggle to greater stability, freedom, and success. Information surrounding this technique is becoming harder to locate online. Click the link in the description and comments below before it is gone. You may begin to notice how your thoughts have changed over time, how the fear that once felt so strong has started to fade into the background. It is not that the fear is completely gone, but it no longer controls you in the same way. Instead, there is a new sense of clarity that guides you, helping you to see things more clearly and to understand that this connection is not something to be feared, but something to be embraced. This clarity comes from the peace that God places within your heart, a peace that cannot be easily shaken by doubt or uncertainty. There are moments when you feel a deep sense of gratitude, not just for this person, but for the journey that has brought you to this point. You begin to see how every experience, even the painful ones, has shaped you and prepared you for what you are now receiving. Nothing was wasted, and nothing was without purpose. God has used every moment of your life to guide you here, to this place where you are ready to receive a love that is different from what you have known before. Type 222 if you walk by faith. This simple expression becomes a reminder that your journey is not guided by what you see, but by what you believe deep within your heart. It is a quiet declaration that you are willing to trust the process, even when everything is not fully clear. Faith becomes your guide, helping you to move forward with confidence and hope. This person who has come into your life continues to reveal their heart to you in small and meaningful ways. It is not through grand displays or dramatic moments, but through consistency, through the way they listen, and through the way they care about the details that matter to you. Their love is not something that changes from day to day, but something that remains steady, creating a sense of reliability that you can depend on. This consistency becomes a foundation that strengthens your connection, allowing it to grow without fear. There may still be times when you wonder how others will perceive this connection, especially when they notice the difference that exists between you. Those thoughts may bring a moment of hesitation, but they do not define the truth of what you are experiencing. What you share is not based on external approval, but on a genuine connection that continues to grow stronger with time. God does not measure love the way people do, and what He has brought together carries a meaning that goes beyond human understanding. As you continue to move forward, you begin to understand that this connection is also teaching you how to love in a new way. It is not about holding on tightly or fearing loss, but about giving freely and trusting that what is meant for you will remain. This kind of love brings a sense of freedom, allowing both of you to grow individually while still being connected in a meaningful way. It is a balance that feels natural, not forced, and it allows your relationship to develop in a healthy and lasting way. There is also a sense that this journey is bringing healing not only to your present, but also to parts of your past that you may have thought would always remain unchanged. Old fears, old doubts, and old wounds are slowly being replaced with understanding, compassion, and peace. This healing does not happen all at once, but gradually, as you continue to allow yourself to experience this connection without resistance. God is working through this relationship to restore what was once broken, bringing light into places that once felt dark. You may find that your perspective on love itself is beginning to change, becoming more open, more patient, and more aligned with the truth of what love is meant to be. It is no longer something that you approach with fear or hesitation, but something that you welcome with a sense of calm and trust. This shift is a sign of growth, a reflection of the way your heart is being renewed and strengthened. There is a quiet confidence that begins to settle within you, a confidence that does not come from external validation, but from the peace that you feel inside. This confidence allows you to move forward without constantly seeking reassurance, because you begin to trust what you feel and to believe that what is happening in your life is real and meaningful. It is a confidence that comes from knowing that you are being guided, that you are being cared for, and that you are not alone in this journey. God continues to lead you step by step, revealing what you need to see at the right time, and allowing your understanding to grow naturally. You are not being rushed, and you are not being left behind. Everything is unfolding with purpose, with intention, and with a love that is greater than anything you could have planned for yourself. There is a sense of alignment that begins to form, a feeling that everything is coming together in a way that makes sense, even if you cannot fully explain it. Let your heart remain open to what is unfolding, and allow yourself to fully experience the love that is growing within your life. There is no need to hold back or to let fear take away something that has been given to you with such care. This is a moment of growth, a moment of healing, and a moment of transformation that carries the touch of God's love. For years, people have wondered why some individuals seem to attract wealth and opportunity more easily than others. Leaked CIA research may offer an unexpected explanation. A hidden 7-second mental exercise is helping ordinary people develop a stronger prosperity-focused mindset from home. Reports suggest that 4 neuroscience labs evaluated the process and observed unusual results. Users describe paying off debts, making long-desired purchases, and experiencing a greater sense of financial confidence. This information may not remain public for much longer. Click the link in the description and comments now to discover the technique before it disappears. There is a peaceful rhythm that begins to guide your thoughts, replacing the noise of doubt with a sense of balance that feels natural and comforting. This rhythm is not created by effort, but by alignment, because your heart is slowly coming into agreement with what God has been preparing for you. The love that is growing in your life is no longer something that feels distant or uncertain, but something that feels present, real, and deeply rooted. Type 2020 if you trust in God. In that quiet declaration, you allow your heart to rest more fully in the path that is unfolding before you. This person continues to reveal a depth of care that becomes more evident with each passing moment, not through words alone, but through actions that show consistency and sincerity. Their presence in your life feels steady, like a gentle anchor that keeps you grounded even when your thoughts begin to drift. They do not try to change who you are, but instead they support your growth, encouraging you to become the best version of yourself while accepting you completely as you are. This kind of love brings a sense of freedom that allows your heart to open without fear,